somewhat diminished.
Yes.
DieRolling this evening with two of our members otherwise engaged. They send their apologies, but they'll be back next week.
They got engaged? Stupid joke, I apologise.
This is episode 2 of GeekDad Presents DieRolling. We are playing a weekly 5e campaign for you, and this is episode 2, and we are going to an introduction. Here we go! Woo!
Pink lemonade?
Mom!
We'll find out later.
We're back. Hello. We are going to go straight over to the... I've forgotten what it's called.
Sacred Summary.
The Sacred Summary.
Sacred Summary. Thank you. In our previous session, the group left Broga, a town happy to see them leave. They followed a recent lead that took them westwards towards a location known as Two Trees. Continuing north, they uncovered a small camp alone in the waste, situated amongst a clump of trees. They approached diplomatically. Malkin and Nollis, who are not here today, opened discussions with the occupants, but it quickly became clear that these people were in fact bandits, although they claimed otherwise. Their leader eventually revealed himself as Lester Beale, an ex-occupant of Broga and accused peeper. A heated discussion took place where the bandits revealed that they were holding Jingo, a halfling that the group had been tasked to find. Under debate. This enraged Claro, and after further failed negotiations, he chose a more aggressive dialogue. He unleashed a flaming sphere upon Lester, taking the group by surprise. A fight ensued, and numerous bandits died. Lester was cooked, and a number of bandits escaped. After the fight, the group would bandage their wounds and gathered around Jingo. He was thankful for being rescued, and revealed to them a number of important details. The Callous Guards were on their way to Weirdwit to find and arrest a half-orc framed for murder. Mountain men now hold Jingo's partner, Geras, captive, and time is of the essence to save her. After much discussion, the group had chosen to head towards Weirdwit and to save the innocents and cut off the Callous Guards. Nollis and Malkin have headed off and split from the group and will join the party at a later date.
Where have they gone?
No one knows. I now pass you over to the DM.
Thank you very much. Clara.
Thank you.
You've been travelling with Jingo for 10 miles or so, maybe a little further. As you head towards Weirdwit, it's at this point that your friends and yourselves decide to make this plan for the other two to split off and for you to rejoin them later at Callous. Jingo has been looking nervously at you the whole time. Clearly, you can sense the guilt written all over him from what he confessed to you last time. He's quiet, he's not talkative at all, and he's been following your lead quite closely. You took the silver leaf, presumably, from Malkin to reach Weirdwit. I assume. I assume, yes.
I don't remember doing that.
Yeah. to find Weirdwit again. It's after a maybe 15-20 mile hike that you finally reach this large area of bracken or thick bush that is impassable, that you remember from the first time you've cut across the desert directly rather than going all the way around and along the trails and the tracks that you were used to. You've cut straight across and you have returned to the approximate area. Now you notice that it's a very broad bush, thick, dense undergrowth here. It's impassable like it was the first time. You suspect you've come from kind of the other side of it, so you would need to circumvent round to find the entrance that you found the first time.
I guess this is the bush that we saw.
Shall we circumvent?
I think we should circumvent. That's a good idea. Lead the way, Thorny.
Circumventing.
Excellent.
With his cockney arms.
I got room to cockney arm today.
So you circumvent around this, and you realise it goes on for a good distance by itself. You know, we're talking probably a good 10 miles. It'll be much less if you were travelling directly as the crow flies, but you have to go all the way around like a circle almost as you're hitting the perimeter of this gorse bracken. It's becoming late in the day. The sun is beginning to set. The temperature has dropped from the hot, arid conditions that you were in previously. This desolate landscape all around you, but for this gorse land. You notice pretty close to the entrance, as the sun's just starting to go down in the sky, there are two figures stood next to the entrance to Weirdwit.
I would like to have a peer and see what they're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, if they're wearing perhaps the orange robes of Callous Guards.
Certainly. Perception, please.
It is going to be 14.
14. So you perhaps need to get just a little bit closer. You're probably within just a couple of 100 feet of them, but as you get a little bit closer and start to look at them, they are not guards. Pretty quickly you ascertain that these are two of the Weirdwit inhabitants that you'd met previously when visiting the first time round. The tribal, dark-skinned, black braided Mohican of the man that you knew as Weir, which Thorinir, you had a spar with.
Did I?
You did. In Weirdwit.
Many moons ago.
And the lady that fought with your friend Nolus, hooded, wearing green, that carried the bow with 3 arrows. They seem to be stood in a very relaxed stance. They're quite casually loitering.
Can you guys see these guys up ahead?
Yeah, I reckon.
I think we know them. I think we're safe to approach.
Agreed.
Just a heads up. Do you think they know everything we've been up to?
No.
Definitely.
Okay. Because it didn't go as planned in Callous.
We stopped the bandits.
We did stop the bandits.
We saved some people.
We did some stuff in a forest. You saved a tiny deer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
We've done some good.
keep all these things in mind.
Nollis has done bad, and Nollis ain't here.
That's true. Yeah.
We've banished him for his crimes.
Okay. Maybe we should let them know that we're approaching so they don't fire at us. Maybe.
How do you plan to do that?
Shout
Fire
at
an
them.
arrow. Shout. Signal an arrow.
So yeah. Hello over there.
They both turn to you quite quickly. Hello!
It's us with the letters. You remember us?
Yeah! They're both looking at you.
They remember us.
How are you?
We're going to approach. Don't shoot at us.
Huh. She raises her bow at that point,
Oh.
jokingly.
Oh.
Puts it back down again.
Okay, let's. Shall we approach?
Yeah.
I never had a letter.
Oh no! I think they'll remember who you are. You fought one of them. That's fine. So we'll approach.
You approach them, and again you see much more closely now in the dim light as it's just setting over Asher. You see her face again. This hood pulled quite a long way down, quite pretty. She's got this green tunic and this quiver on her back, and she stood leaning on the gorse, right next to where this entrance was concealed previously. And how you doing?
Hey up.
Oh, hello.
Thank you very much for the host, Tapablat. Thank you.
What was that noise, Thorin? Was that bodily noise?
It's my head. It's been a long journey.
Did you take the swords?
Oh,
Whoa!
They were sent by you?
No.
Oh. Is this a common test, or...?
And as she's kind of talking to you, Weir just kind of stalking, not, you can see him quite clearly, but stalking around the side of you,
Yeah.
just kind of inspecting what you've got with you.
Yeah.
He's like, here. They took the sword.
I'm going to pull out the rusty one.
Yeah. And
This?
Yeah. Good job.
Did we do well?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, really well.
The shiny one. Malkin has it.
Our friend has the other.
And Malkin has an endless tiredness. Could this be the sword?
You see a smile just growing bigger and bigger.
So this was not. This was a joke. This was a joke pulled on us.
I've never felt more energetic. I don't think these swords make me tired.
If it's any consolation, we didn't take the sword. And at that point, Weir produces something from his belt from behind him, tucked away. He's good with sleight of hand, as you learnt previously when he tried to throw sand in your face. And he pulls
Oh
up,
yeah, what a dirty scoundrel.
and he pulls up this curved blade from his hand. We got this.
A scimitar, or
It looks quite impressive. It's in some ways it looks more wood elf. It's not wood elf, you don't think, but it looks more wood elf than it does human. It's quite a traditional type of carving that maybe you're vaguely familiar with, but doesn't look like it's come from this area particularly.
Can I see it?
See if you get one.
See if I get one.
Yes.
Is that a reward for something?
I think it's some kind of strange loot box
Let's
system.
laugh. Let's kind of chuckle. Yeah.
have you guys been watching us these last 2 weeks, if that's a measurement of time in Asher?
How did
Why
you
would
know
I be watching you?
Well, you knew we had the swords.
Yes. Not very quick, are you?
Physically, no, he's not.
Yeah.
Have you met our friend Jingo before? Or just usher Jingo around. Now I get to see Jack talk to himself.
Shuffles out quietly. Shuffles out fine. Didn't you used to be blue and taller? No.
Our friend Nollis is not here. That's who you're talking
You're not
about.
very quick, are you?
Healed over laughing.
Pity. You're all a little smarter with him.
I think we need to avoid these pleasantries. Do you know who's coming? Because we have news that the Callous Guard are heading to Weirdwit to arrest Gore Elizabeth and potentially shut down this operation.
She looks at Weir. What?
Jingo,
Jingo, tell me.
explain,
Oh,
yeah.
it's true. You need to get out of here. They're coming for you. For who? For the orc and the bloom. These people.
By these, does he point to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they won't find us.
Well, he will if you're standing out front.
Yeah.
This was a hidden entrance. Why are you guarding?
We're waiting for Derek.
Where's Derek gone?
He's with Benji.
Where's Benji gone?
on the inculcation.
Oh. What's the inculcation?
I don't know.
Who's Benji?
I don't
Did
know.
he say Gallic?
I think so. Cool.
Did you find Garrus? That was your task, wasn't it?
Well, we've had a bit of a change of plan with our tasks. A few cross wires.
Yeah.
A few things came up.
Yeah.
You've got to be fluid.
Yeah.
You've got to move with the times.
Yeah.
So we brought Jingo back to you.
Badua really believed in these people. I don't know why.
Yeah. We saved Broga. We did that.
Yeah.
We saved a little baby deer. Well, I didn't.
Bro.
Thorin did.
You see the big thing?
The red rock swampy.
Yes.
Yeah, we liberated it.
Yeah, we sent it home.
Oh,
It was eating all the fish.
okay. Yeah, we helped some other people with it too,
Why? Why?
because it was eating their stuff.
Very odd.
We pushed it in there.
Okay.
I knew it.
To
You
go.
did say, didn't you?
What was your motivation?
It's a part of the inculcation.
To push giant creatures into small human towns.
We saved the farm. Thank you.
Thank you for following.
Thank you very much for the follow. We appreciate that.
But we can't read your
Wholeheartedly.
name. It's too small.
It is a long Thank you very much. Thank you. I don't know if we're on chat today, so
I am on chat.
Oh, you are on
I
chat,
am on
okay.
chat. Yeah. I still don't know.
You save one farm by destroying another.
To be fair, we did also destroy those farms.
okay.
Long and
To know
short,
this.
Garrus is still in the hands of some mountain men, which we only just found out.
Mm.
And yeah, not she's fine.
It was mountain men or the Callous Guard come and tear through Weirdwit.
Yeah, so we're here to defend you guys.
And no one told us about inculcations or anything, so we've gone out there blind.
That's true.
So we had to
Sage.
make do with no information.
Sage,
We got arrested
leadership and
in-
virtue.
Yeah,
Callous
that happened.
for no reason.
Yeah.
Bloody humans. We almost got arrested in another place,
In Broga.
in Broga. We all got nearly killed by a god in Broga Bush.
A god.
Yeah, Void.
Void.
Yeah. Went crazy in like a dragon.
Have you seen the animals?
We've seen some things, yes.
We found the root cause of this.
Have you?
It's
But
Void.
we had to bring your bloody
Void.
Jingo
It's not
back.
void.
It is Void.
There's no such thing as void.
No, we talked to a sage, a man of much knowledge. He was sure it was Void.
The gods are a story. I don't know about that.
The guy could throw water out of his face. Once seen, never unseen.
Mm.
It's true. I saw him naked.
Look. What should we do?
Well, I think you should pack up and hide, for one, because these guards are going to come. And we need to go and talk to Badua.
Okay. She kind of gestures towards him. If you're lying,
Oh, why would we lie?
If you opened your eyes, you would have seen all this coming. But yet you stand here all high and mighty,
Too busy
joking
taunting
about
us
how,
about
yeah,
swords.
about how mighty you are and how weak we are. Maybe open your eyes. I'm going to walk off. Through,
I will follow you.
under
they
the...
watch you walking.
Yeah, that's
So-
right.
Yeah.
So just right where they are, you can make out this loose cloth that's hiding, covered in a thin layer of the dirt, that's hiding the entrance to this long tunnel.
Are they looking at our fabulous galoshes as we
yes.
walk away?
What's with the trousers?
I know you want them. Walks on.
8 gold.
Yeah.
They just step away and let you enter into the tunnel.
It's a bloody long tunnel. It's a merry tunnel.
Elevator music for the tunnel.
As you enter into the tunnel, that familiar cold air and that breeze hits you as this draft rolls through the tunnel. This almost perfectly spherical. You've all got dark vision, haven't you? Yes. This almost perfectly spherical tunnel, which you all know winds on for a long, long period of time. You've been travelling for most of the day, and you know that it's a good few miles down this tunnel.
Get slugging.
Yeah. Do you remember when Malcolm was here and he couldn't see in the tunnel? Good times.
Miss Malcolm.
You can decide to press on.
Of course.
Your bodies naturally tell you to stop. You feel like you've travelled enough, but there's obviously this journey ahead of you that you still need to make. So you are going to press on. Yeah. And what kind of pace are you taking?
How are you feeling, guys?
Running.
Well, we're going to have to
Yeah.
carry
I've got
Little in.
quite a high constitution. I can jog. I can have a
You
mild.
help me down.
Oh,
Who?
Jingo.
You look back and you realise he's
I
still
forgot he's there.
at the flap above
Jingo,
you.
what did I say? Become a soldier. Help yourself. Have you still got your scimitar? Slide on down.
Oh,
How high up is it?
it's not even really a drop. It's
Less
more
than
of a
10
slope.
foot.
It's a slope rather.
He can
than a
jump.
drop. It's just a bit steep.
Come on down, Jingo.
Can you see Jingo?
All
You're
right.
an embarrassment.
Yeah, I'm a halfling.
Okay.
Slide on your buns.
All right, and he skids down quite awkwardly. Ow! Oh, you can see he gets a bit of friction burn on
Oh,
his.
he's the worst.
I've got a climber's pack.
Sliding down. Yeah. It's very dark in here.
You just said you was a halfling. You can see.
Yeah, but I don't like long dark tunnels.
It's nothing to worry about. We must press on. We have many miles to cover
All right.
to get there. We've got warm beds, hot food, showers.
In fact,
Let's go.
maybe you should go ahead.
I'm not going ahead.
Just trying to enforce some bravery, Jingo.
We can leave you behind.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay. Right. So as a 4, we move on, I guess. Jog?
I can attempt a job. Yeah. Jog.
Jog.
Okay.
Jog.
You jog as best you can.
Yeah.
Remember, it's this cold humidity that's hitting you. It's this strange thick air, although there's a chill to it right the way down. It's pretty quickly all the light dissipates from behind you, and you're faced with darkness. That within your dark vision, everything is very, very dim. You can just about make out the colourless walls around you. You continue all the way down at a reasonable pace. You hear each footstep echoing as you jog through this tunnel. It winds on for a number of miles. Jingo looks very tired. Can we rest?
How far do we think we are from our knowledge of going through this tunnel?
It's quite hard to keep your
Yeah.
ranks, but if you'd like to make a survival check to get an estimation of what you think.
9.
9. You don't know exactly how many miles it
Yeah.
was, but you think maybe, you could be 5 miles to go.
What'd you say, guys? Press on?
Crack on.
Crack on?
Yeah. I don't like breaking on long journeys.
I'll open a
Just trying to get
ration.
there.
A ration pack with Jingo.
Okay.
Just let
I'll offer
him
him some
nibble.
hyena sleeve
What's
if
that?
he's cold.
Well, no, it's fine, thank you. This jogging's keeping me warm.
You sure? Anyone else for a hyena sleeve?
No, thank you.
I just give him a spirited pat on the back.
Yeah.
Come on, Jingo.
Right. You know I'm an adventurer.
You surely are now.
I'm an adventurer.
Well, I want to be an adventurer, but thank you very much for the follow.
No.
Thank you. If anyone's wondering what that GIF is, by the way, that's going up and down, that was done by two of our lovely fans, Chaotic Awesome and Animancer, who may be on the stream this evening. So
Yeah.
they provided the GIF for that
Oh,
follow.
they are on the stream. Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, I am. Like I said, I took Garrus up to these. He's saying this as he's quite breathless as he's jogging behind me. I don't know if you're really listening to him or not. I took her up the clouds and we swam there. But I like to be up high in the sky. But the tunnels, I'm not so sure about, to be honest.
Jingo, is she the first lady you've taken up to the clouds?
Yeah,
Good to hear. Good to hear.
yeah, she's my one and only, Garrus.
Okay, cool. Cool.
You must be
We'll get
missing her.
Yeah.
I am.
Well, we're going to save her. It's all right.
We've got two of the top men on the job. We'll have to check it out, don't worry.
And my sister. If they come, well,
They have to get through us.
there's hundreds of them.
That's right, there are loads of giant scorpions in this tunnel. I'll fight off the guards.
Are there?
Classic.
I'm kidding. Just trying to take your mind off your lost love.
Jingo, in our journey, we've almost died numerous times. One of our friends, I'm fairly sure, has died numerous times. So we've learned to take things easy.
Oh.
Keep up.
And you carry on running through. As you get to the end of the tunnel, if you just make all give me a constitution save for exhaustion, because you've been really pressing on and running.
Oh, jeepers.
Yeah.
Hello. 19.
7.
Jajo.
I added my 0.
Oh, lovely. 7 as well.
7.
Yeah.
You are all feeling very, very tired, and feel like if you do not rest soon, you'll be inflicted with a level of exhaustion.
I feel like we were given a hint earlier.
I think maybe we should
We should
rest
now
up.
take the hint.
Yeah.
A short rest?
We can watch both directions. Yeah, we can at least stop for an hour. Agreed?
Aye.
Jingo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're taking some form of rest in there?
Cheeky short rest, Mr. Jack. Please.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just kind of sitting down for a while, just trying to recuperate a little bit, and you may regain whatever hit points. Spend a hit die if you'd like to, if anyone needs to.
I think I'm all good.
Yeah, I've used my once a day. So
Once a day. Once a day.
Yeah. And you're just going to sit down for a while.
my 5 a day.
Jingo looks like he falls asleep pretty quickly
Oh, no.
as you lie down. The three of you are just resting at the moment.
Is he crawled up in the fetal position?
Yes.
I'm going to check out his feet.
Okay.
They're a bit wide.
Yeah, he's got... So you make an investigation roll. Is there anything particular you're looking for?
I'm just intrigued. He's got a very wide gait.
Hmm.
Never seen a halfling really up close before. Just intrigued.
Roll a d12.
It's 14.
14. He's wearing tight brown wraps over his feet, which are acting as a shoe, and they're very wide.
That's all.
Quite flat and wide.
Yeah, flat and wide. Just trying to... Quite animal-like him.
He's very hairy, incredibly
like
hairy.
a duck.
Yes.
That's what Thorin was thinking.
A little bit
A bit like a duck.
A little bit like that.
Like a chubby duck.
Yeah. You notice his ankles and his shins are very hairy. Halflings appear to be particularly hairy characters.
My little hairy duck.
What are you doing to him?
Just seeing what a halfling is.
Clary's looking at you over a scroll that he's reading. Almost like a newspaper.
Your voices carry down the tunnel as you're talking. You hear it
Hello,
echoing and reverb.
hello.
That's it.
Badua!
You complete your short rest.
Lovely.
Please.
You're still feeling very tired, but you've had a short rest.
We can make it.
But I've had a long rest.
In a short rest.
Isn't that 4 hours?
What's a short rest?
1 hour.
No.
Oh, Thorin.
Ah, see, every time we've had a short rest, I've assumed you've been like 4-houring it.
No.
We haven't had many short rests though. We've had a lot.
Yeah,
We don't take too many of them, so yeah.
That's good. I just thought you were so lazy.
Jingo's still passed out asleep at the moment.
What do you think, Zolan?
Let's get them up.
Yeah?
We've got to warn.
You have
The
the
guys.
lightest touch. I'll let you wake him.
I'll just crouch next to him and just rub his shoulder. Just give him a rub.
Mhm.
I don't want to startle him. Jingo,
Yeah.
it's time to go.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
okay. You know, his eyes are still closed as he stands up, but he stands up willingly.
Oh, cool.
I'm
Cool.
going to lift his eye,
Yeah.
Holm style.
Okay. I'm awake.
Jingo, we've not seen a lot of halflings in our travels so far. Where are you originally from?
Fastbrock,
And where's that?
nearer the mountain, just past the bluff. Bow.
Okay, so we could find more halflings if we went beyond.
Yeah, maybe. But he took everyone from Fastbrock to Callus. There's not many left.
Who did that? The Callus guards? The Callus people?
Yeah, the soldiers.
Not the mountain men?
No.
Okay. Keep up!
Let's go.
Okay, so you carry on, continue the rest of the way. Still very tired and heavy on your feet, but you don't have your exhaustion at the moment.
Our trousers look amazing though. Flash in the night.
Fabulous.
You push on, and after a few moments, you return to a familiar area to you.
Conch.
That's what we can see.
Oh yeah.
You arrive once again to the cooling, fresh air as your eyes once again adjust to this vast, 100-foot cubed, rounded cavern which glitters in the moonlight. So the moonlight is shining down this central orifice in the roof of the cave onto this transparent, conch-like shell, which spans more than 30 feet in the centre of the cavern. Once again, the light twinkles against the edges of the shell from the moonlight, and it catches, illuminating the rest of the cavern, almost like a beacon. Angled with the rounded spikes of the shell and smooth like glass in the other, you can make out a little bit of movement from within this conch. And once again, you just stop for a moment as its beauty strikes you once more. Jingo looks at it. Oh my. Wow. It's amazing.
Even better than that, Jingo. There are beds in there.
And your sister.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Are you on good terms with your sister?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Melly! 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 And for the first time, you see him run with an energy and an enthusiasm again as he darts toward the centre of this cavern. Reaching the entrance, the opening to the shell, you see some commotion as a few people come to him and greet him. You can't quite make out specific faces or bodies from here. But he goes inside and you hear voices. Jingo! Melly!
Isn't that nice?
We did it. Game over.
End credits.
A few ground rules. I don't want to be doing any fights again or any rings.
Oh, this is the land of ceremony, isn't
Yeah,
it?
if the fire starts, we're out.
We're
of
going to
it.
have to tell our story at the rock pile.
No, we're not.
Okay.
No.
Don't need to, do we? It's only a one-time introduction, right?
Should we?
Back down.
We've got to inform them.
Let's
Come
go,
on.
Let's go and
We've
find.
got to go.
Yeah, let's go find
Let's
Badua.
get in.
We'll head on down.
Hang on.
Oh,
Have we been virtuous? Have we shown sage?
A little bit.
We need to be armed with
Bit of leadership.
examples of our work.
They've been watching.
I think Zolan should talk.
They've been watching. They know. They said they were watching.
Clara's going to push you forwards.
Oh God, I'm
You,
scared.
you go first.
Oh yeah. Don't want to take the blame for you guys.
From out of the entrance, steps forward a very short, your height really, maybe slightly taller, dark dwarf from whom you are familiar.
Yeah.
Goric, the dwarf, with his white beard, his dark, almost navy blue or black ashen face, and his red cloak that he wears. Hello.
Goric,
Yes.
have you heard the news?
What is the news?
The news. We better gather everybody.
Congratulations on
Oh.
your return. You appear to have lost 2 of your compatriots.
We have, but not to death.
Well, that is good
No.
to hear.
They should be returning here in a couple of days, hopefully.
We're going to meet them in Callus.
Or was it Callus? Is that we're meeting them in Callus?
I see. And how did your inculcation go?
So-so.
Did you come across any swords on your journey?
Several.
We did two swords.
And what did you do with those swords?
We took them both because we didn't know what to do.
So, Malcolm took them. And being a human, I didn't want to argue with him. But I've ended up with one of them.
The rusty one.
The very rusty one. I didn't trust the other one.
You may take that to Badua when you see him.
Is it a good thing that I have this?
It is the thing. Now,
Do you want it?
No, thank you. This is very cryptic.
remember, sage, leadership,
I just write
And
that
and virtue.
down.
I've been reminding you guys here.
If you are confronted by a demonic figure that offers you a gift that seems too good to be true, it may well be.
Well, he didn't say that when we set off.
That sounds like a demonic creature inside a mausoleum with a very nice shiny sword.
Yeah, do you guys? Yeah, maybe we made. Yeah,
That's in the past.
Have you still been hearing your voices?
I have to be honest with the use of magic, prolific use of magic. I've not heard the voices in a while.
Prolific. You must be careful in Callus.
Yes. I could tell you a few things. I have to say, I met someone else who hears the voices.
You did.
A man in Brogabush.
In Brogabush.
Yeah, he was wild with. You can hear the voices, but
With madness.
yes,
I see.
yes, and we met another man there, a wise man who managed to talk to one of the creatures there, and he believed that it was Void causing these voices.
Void.
Yes,
In Brogabush.
in Brogabush.
You heard the madness. You saw the creatures.
Yes, yeah, we were attacked by many.
We must discover this madness.
Agreed. It's pretty important.
Not as important as the Callous Guard
Yes.
descending upon Weirdwit. Any time.
It appears that Gore Elizabeth has been framed for the murders of some creatures in Callus.
It was in Broga, wasn't it? Was it Broga? No.
In
It
Callus.
was Callous.
Well,
Yeah,
you
you're
should
right.
alert.
We should alert. And Jingo knows all about it.
Come with me. Grabs you by the arm,
Oh,
Clara, and
jeepers.
just leaves you two exactly where you are and pulls you into
Okay.
the transparent, glistening shell. You enter again, and again look to your left. You see this schoolroom of sorts. Some of the children sat around. You notice the boy with the lilac hair, Edward, who you met previously.
Real talkative.
He walk.
Shut up.
Gorick walks straight on past that to a room that you didn't go in previously, to your right hand side. He walks in there. Nobody else is in there at the moment. You see a few just items. There's some, well, look like maybe some bones. There's some pots. There's like some pestles and mortars. There's some writings. There's just little unusual items that all kind of pique your interest in them. They're just a collection of. It'd be like walking into a junk shop or a,
Okay, so it's not
or an
scary.
antique
It's
store.
not like it's not like dark magic or anything.
He pulls you to one side, and he passes. In both of his hands, he has a scroll. So he has a scroll in his right hand and a scroll in his left. Void is a powerful god.
I thought so. If he's affecting all of these creatures, there was a strange something wrong with the water that they were drinking as well. The water was magical.
The water.
It's all coming back to me now. It was quite a long time ago. I think Void has infected the water. We tried to follow it upstream, but it just went into the ground.
You have all done admirably.
Thank you.
This is a danger to our world, and perhaps the greatest threat to Weirdwit. Now, are powerful, Claro. You need to embrace that power if you're going to be ready.
Okay.
He passes you these 2 different texts. Choose one.
Could you describe the differences between the two? Like, is there any visual differences?
Certainly. So in terms of the writings, you don't necessarily, in the same way that it's tricky to understand the ramblings in your own scrolls,
Yeah.
these look a little more organised, but you can tell it's very much the same type of writing. You can sense they're magical, you can sense their spells.
Okay.
And without studying them and spending time working out what they are, it's not entirely clear what they might do. However, you do get a very just small, when you look at the first scroll, you get a very small just start as you look at it. It just makes you jump
Okay.
as you're reading the words. The second one, as you look, I say words again, it's markings
Yeah.
that
Almost
transcend just
runic
alphabet.
kind of-
Yes. And then you look at the second scroll, and you get a very dark feeling, a threatening feeling from it.
Embrace the dark magic, you say?
I've not met another magic user that has your powers, other than myself.
Then, do you hear Void?
He doesn't answer.
Okay. Then I'll take the second one you've offered me.
Study it.
Okay.
It will do you well, but use it with great care.
Puts it in his backy pack. Okay. Thank you very much. I have to say, it's very, very generous of you all to let us in. Many of us had nowhere else to go, and you've given us purpose. So, thank you.
There's a lot to do in this world. Prove that you can represent Weirdwit, and you will be entrusted with much more.
This problem with Void is definitely close to my heart, so I will make sure it's investigated properly.
Be careful of him.
I've never met. I don't think I've met him. So, is anyone here a good map maker that would know the flow of the water and the rivers? That is the only lead we have concerning this. The magic, the animals are drinking the rivers and going mad. The man we met in the forest was drinking the water and going mad. If we knew the flow of the rivers, the source, maybe we can find the issue there.
Maybe you can. Follow the river.
Okay.
He turns around and walks back out his room. And he has his scroll with him as well. He's not just left it on the side for you to pilfer or anything.
Well, pilfering still down there. Cool, I head on out to my friends.
Sure. So back at the main door, you can hear some chatter. There's clearly an excitement from different people that people have returned. You can vaguely make out Jingo's voice and Nellie's within there, and a few of the children.
The heroes have returned.
So he gave me a scroll.
A what?
A scroll. More magic.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know. It's the same. I would have to study it overnight, so I don't have any idea.
Interesting.
Very poorly made paper.
It's parchment, Thorin. I look forward to the day we can go to your forest and see your paper.
We have luxurious paper, made with heart and soul.
Okay.
Do you feel like you can trust this guy?
He says he has the same dark magic that I do. I can't see why not.
I don't see any fires around.
Not yet.
I think I can do more than set things on fire. I hope I can do more than set things on fire. Although it's worked well for us.
Two things on fire.
Are we in trouble?
No, so far no. They were very positive.
I'm bloody
He
surprised
was
about
positive.
that. Wait till we see Badua.
Yeah.
That'll be the trigger test.
Should we find him?
Yeah, we need. Yeah.
Why not knock on the old shell?
Perhaps I have found you.
Oh, jeez.
As you're talking next to each other, you see him. There's this big dark-skinned figure, 7 foot high, with his 2 lower arms resting against the frame of this conch, his 2 higher arms resting against
He is slick.
the top. Welcome back, my friends.
But don't
to see you.
be sneaking up on us like that.
He smiles, a big smile. You haven't seen him smile many times, but he smiles as he looks at you with his old, worn face and his thin, not well groomed, but wispy hair, and that sense of wisdom that always comes with him, and almost awe as you see him. He's just a big presence and a big character that really, both in stature but also in the way he holds a room and grabs all of your attention. The sword.
Handle
Takes
first.
it, and the second it touches his hand, the whole sword disintegrates, disappears to dust.
Magic.
I'm afraid it was a test.
We failed.
Do not think of it as failing. Think of it as learning.
We learned.
Well, the guy that took the sword hasn't learned anything yet.
No.
We'll inform him.
How did we fail?
We learned.
We just took 2 swords, but what was the failure in that?
Perhaps
What was the failure?
Maybe we were given something we didn't deserve.
It's not wise to take gifts that look too good to be true from a demonic figure.
Is that true?
Before you left, I told you to withstand innermost temptation and learn where others would. Learn where others no. Behold
If you had
and
any
learn
ale,
where others would interfere.
Okay, we'll write this down.
no, next time.
It's
we'll
that
know.
human, though. He
Oh,
always very impatient, isn't he?
Where others would interfere.
So we shouldn't have saved the people.
Well, he did say.
I also said that is to display virtue is to withstand innermost temptation. To display sage is to learn where others would merely behold, and to display leadership. To remember that sometimes the hardest part of being a leader is knowing when to take no action at all.
No action.
Did we pass any tests, Badua?
You tell me.
I feel like we've all grown as creatures.
But do you know everything we've done since we left?
I do not. The inculcation is not for me to judge you. It is for you to judge yourselves.
Okay. A star. No worries. I have to be honest. I think we learned a few things. More importantly, Callous Guards are on their way. We've been told. Jingo told us. Are you aware?
His expression changed to one of surprise. Well, how do they know of Weirdwit? I asked you to not reveal our location.
I mean, defensive. I know. That's fine. Jingo said that they knew. Jingo's here with us right now.
And he creeps out from behind a rock that was kind of near the entrance. No, he doesn't. He's already gone in. He doesn't do that. He's
I
already gone
imagine he does. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
no, he's not there.
in. No, he's already in with Melon.
Jingo, he's inside, but he said that they know that they're coming for Girl Elizabeth. Is she still here?
For Elizabeth.
Yes.
But why?
Apparently she's been framed for the murder of some creatures in Callous.
He turns around, muscular physique, as he walks back into the conch.
Really tight bum.
What's going on up here, Josh?
I was thinking of like what's the big Pokemon with the many arms?
It's Machamp,
Machamp,
one
but
of
from
those,
the
isn't
back.
it? I can't remember.
As Machamp got a tight bum, is he?
So
Made of solid
I
stone.
know who you choose.
What are you doing? Are you waiting outside? Are you following him in?
following him in.
Okay.
Following that butt.
He heads into the room that you were all sleeping in on your first evening where you ever stayed in Weirdwit. There's some bedrolls on the floor. And within there, you see Jingo and Melly hand in hand, the brother and sister reunited again. You see Badua, who's now entered that room, and you see both Aaron, the elf, and Gorlizabeth, the female half-orc, all stood with gleeful expressions on their face, clearly pleased to see this reunion taking place in front of them.
And I'm just thinking back and trying to remember if I was told that she'd lost a finger.
Yeah.
At the scene of the crime.
Yes.
That's why they think it's her.
Yes. That is what you recall correctly.
Okay.
Look at her
I'm going
hands.
to go and try and grab her hands.
Okay, fine. So, if you make you're trying to grab it. Aren't you?
Investigate with.
Okay,
yeah.
make an investigation roll.
Initiative.
Should be fine. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Normie.
I can see her hands.
Unobstructed.
Her right index finger is severed. In terms of, because you rolled so well, it looks old. It doesn't look recent. It looks like it's mostly healed back over with skin of sorts and scarring across the top.
Can I kind of try and think back to whether she had that finger when she was fighting you?
You can make an insight roll.
Come on, 20.
What are you doing, Thorinir?
Just thinking that. Just like stirred gormless.
19.
Oh, very good.
19. Whilst you didn't particularly notice it, you did not notice it either, so it's possible that she did have it previously. You suspect, because of, again, how well you investigated, it looks older than the last time you would have been there. That's your impression. Also, because you rolled so well, she doesn't punch you, but she's incredibly close. What are you doing? Pulls her hand back. Never grab an orc's hand.
But you're a half-orc. So...
Never grab anybody's hand.
you grab Zolan's hand.
Oh.
I'm just going to show her that it's usually okay.
Badua. I'm Badua. Elizabeth. Jingo. Tell Elizabeth what you told these. I almost forgot. They're coming. The Callous army are coming. Everyone just looks around shocked. What do you mean? Aaron, the elf, asks. They're on their way to take Elizabeth. She looks around. Ha! I'd like to see them try. There's hundreds of them. What? And at this point he relays the story of how he went to the clouds with Geras. He met the mountain people from Baal, and they forced him to take this fruit back down to the song barn, feed the Brock creatures that were in the song barn, and a few days or so later they found the nails and the finger that had killed one of the Brock, and two other Brock had been found dead as well, presumably by the same fruit that had made its way to each of them. At this point, Elizabeth just runs over to Jingo, takes him by the scruff of the neck, lifts him up and presses him against the wall. What have you done? Badua restrains Elizabeth at that point and holds her back.
Not by the hand, I hope.
Not now. Melly stops him. Elizabeth. He's in love. Oh yeah. I'm so sorry. I deserve to die. I don't deserve... I wanted to come here and save Melly and you guys, and I want to go and get Garrus back, and then I will go to Callus and I'll pay for my sins. But just get out of here, guys. Badua studies him just for a moment or so. Looks like he's really trying to work him out, basically.
Why does he say there's hundreds of them? We didn't see hundreds of them, did we?
There are a few.
There was a few.
This story's a little far-fetched.
Don't know if any of them are on patrol. If it was as an outpost, potentially they might have a small garrison, but plenty of soldiers toing and froing from.
It was a
from
garrison
Callus.
town.
Yeah,
I couldn't fight hundreds of them.
we can't fight hundreds of them.
Wish Nollis was here.
He would fight hundreds of them
He'd try.
and die.
Yeah, he'd try.
Glad Nollis is not here.
Leveler heads will prevail. Oh,
Oh no.
that's bad.
You hear a
news.
noise from the entrance of Callus, from the tunnel. You hear a few noises. There are a multitude of people here arriving at the doorway to Callus.
Collapse the tunnel.
Everybody quickly get to the children. At that point, Melly, Jingo, Aaron all straight away run into the other room where the children are, and they start to, in a really frantic fashion, start to just in some way protect them. Badua, Gorlizabeth walk out to the front. Goric! Goric! Goric emerges from another room to the side, same one that he emerged from previously. The three of them kind of head to the front to greet whatever is occurring here.
Can we follow?
Go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
I think we should head up front.
Up front.
Yeah. Oh, myself and Thorin here can help out. We were valiant against the soldiers of Imbroga.
We can use magic here
Yeah.
freely.
You can shoot at range.
Just maybe we struggled with the guards before, and if there are hundreds, then
We're not going to leave our friends to die.
We're showing leadership.
we may not need to fight.
We'll follow. I'm not saying we'll shoot.
You head.
I can't trust you now.
You head to the front of this group of people. Badua, Gorlizabeth, and Goric. As you enter the cavern again, the light's still reflecting around, so you've all got good vision. You can see guards, all wearing the familiar orange and blue Callus insignia and armour.
How many can we see?
You can see they're holding spears, and some of them have shields as well. They've all got their helmets on and coifs. You can see, at the moment, you can see 6, 7, every few moments more start to filter in. 8, 9, 10, and they're still coming. They're all entering in. At the moment, you're holding kind of a line right next to the front of the conch, and there's this kind of area of standoff, no man's land, almost between the two of you. They're entering in. You're looking out for maybe a familiar face of Captain Vilnos in there,
Yeah.
but you can't see him there. He doesn't seem to be leading the way like you may expect.
Zolan, you're Greece. How far can you spread that?
60 feet. Already thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thorin,
60
we-
feet, 10-foot cube though. 60-foot range.
You want some leaves?
We need to get a lot of people out here quickly. The only way out that we can see is up.
Correct, yeah, and it's probably more than 100 feet above you.
What does Badua look like he's doing? Does he look like he's ready for
He looks
combat?
calm at the moment. He's stood as big and bravely as he can in front of everybody else.
I'm
He's-
stressed. I need a baby belt.
He's not. There's no offensive move being taken from the Weird Wit side. You know, they're all just holding down, and it looks like they're just allowing as many as they want to come into the cavern. You know, it's tricky to count now. There's innumerable members of the Callous army that are all in clearly with a purpose in mind, and they're just lining up around this, all the way around this cavern now, just spilling in, still leaving this almost personal, this space between the two of you at the front.
Badua, what do we do? There's too many to fight.
Yes, we're not fighting. Don't do anything.
We'd be looking at Badua and just standing like him.
You notice at this point Aaron kind of runs back out from behind you as well, and he too is now a part of your set, as it were.
Is there any other way out?
Are you verbalising that?
To Badua, yeah. I'm not gonna, not shouting it, but
There is not.
there is not.
Where's Gol Elizabeth? Can they see Gol Elizabeth?
Gol Elizabeth is stood right with you.
Gol Elizabeth, we need to hide you. That's probably the best way out of this confrontation.
hide.
She's innocent.
Invisibility? Any invisibility? Can we hide her?
That as you're kind of talking and chatting, 3 guards. You can't really make out. There doesn't seem to be a leader necessarily in terms of the way they're dressed. Anyway, 3 of the soldiers, the guards, head towards you.
Oh, could I stealth into the crowd, please? Because we are murderers in the town of Callous. We probably don't want to associate ourselves at all.
So to stealth
Just
into the crowd.
Back away, not today.
Oh, just into the crowd, into
Yeah.
your
Into the crowd of
Badua.
guards.
That's what I was getting at.
Into the crowd of
Pushing it. Yeah.
into the crowd, really get to the
320s.
back of the group for
Sure.
yeah.
I mean, you can go right into the shell if you'd like to. You're right. You're in front of the
I want to be able to hear all this, and if it all goes haywire, just set everything on fire. Really hiding, if you stealthily, if you will.
We're here for the Orc and the escaped prisoners.
Who are they?
And he looks behind him and he kind of he calls somebody over, just gestures to one of the other soldiers. One of the other soldiers walks over. He's actually not wearing his coif, and you realise as he walks a little bit closer that it's Gilbert,
Oh
Gilbert!
Damn it!
one of the soldiers which you
The soldier, Jack. The
knocked
soldier.
unconscious in an attempted.
Rolled onto a roof and then left his body there tied up.
But showing great sage, we did not kill him.
Yeah, it's true.
He
Would have been wise to, actually.
He comes over. You can see he's got bruising to his face, and he looks over.
That was Malcolm.
That's them.
Bushing away.
We're not here to hurt you guys. We're just here for the prisoners and the Orc. And 2 of them walk closer to Elizabeth. And you can see that she's got a hand right on a blade that she's got in her, attached to her belt. And Badua puts his hand on her as if to lower her arm with one of his forearms. Bears her fangs at them. Let them. We have children in there. They take her and they've got some shackles, some manacles, the same type that we used to shackle yourselves once.
I was never shackled. So,
I escaped.
yeah.
I know these shackles. They're easy to get out of.
I had up a tree for many sessions.
They don't hold cats.
I just keep thinking sage leadership virtue.
I did try to communicate that
Yeah.
for months.
Badua has given us a great lesson. He's the opposite of Nollis.
It's not good.
This is the most terrifying music we've ever had.
You hear noises.
They're marching.
From above you.
It's just a dragoon.
It's an aeroplane.
Yeah, he's coming on a parachute, para-dragoon.
In the moonlight, this great shadow casts over the conch of Weirdwit. You look up, and the wings of this great dragoon, Darak, who you met previously, emerges from the top of the cave, silhouetted perfectly against the moonlight. This sound roars. It sounds that you've never heard before. This is like an engine noise, which is not something that exists in your, particularly your world, Thorinir, particularly yours. This is a sound more familiar to you, perhaps,
Yeah.
Zolan. You will have heard machinery of this nature before. From above, everyone looks up. All the callous guards, they're all on alert. You know, they've got their spears held up. What is it? You can sense a nervousness from right around the room. But your immediate compatriots right next to you as well, looking up, seemingly surprised themselves by this arrival. What is this? The two guards that were holding on to Gore Elizabeth just shackle her to a part of the conch. There's a spike which comes out, and another one. They manage to tie the manacle off so that she's secured with one part of the shackle to the conch, and then another arm just to it. She tugs at it. It seems reasonably secure. At that point, you see a face, and remember this is more than 100 feet above you. Darak just lands kind of almost on the perimeter, the rim of this opening at the top. Another face looks down. It's very hard to make out who it is.
It's horrifying.
It's got, but you can see that he looks humanoid in some way. Hey, friends!
Scragger John.
You recognise the voice.
I hope it is.
Sounds like Scragger John.
Ah.
You recognise the voice, but you're not totally sure where. Friends, Benji!
Oh,
And they all look.
Who is
They all look
Benji?
up. Benji. Benji. And if you say that aloud, Aaron says, "He's one of us." And then he carries on talking from above. It's so good to see you all. What is this? It's real shame we're not gonna be spending more time together. Thank you, Badua. You've been a real friend to me. And this darkness just starts to close over the top of the cavern. You see the dragoon's wings just pull this great machine over the top of this opening and seals down to create this pitch blackness. Suddenly your eyes adjust to it in the dark vision. Everyone else is just freaking out from the guards. Oh my god! What is this? And you start to hear this sound. It sounds like an inrush of air of some type. You just hear this noise. You can see a confusion in everybody's faces. What's going on? You start to smell something. It's quite a harsh smell. An unpleasant smell.
I haven't skunked.
And it starts to overtake you. No. What is that?
does this smell poisonous?
You can make a nature roll. No, check the skills.
Yeah, okay, for it. One and babies, probably one of the big ones.
Yeah.
The big boy.
Let's. Yeah, I think it's probably actually going to be a perception roll because it's part of your awareness.
Okay, 18 plus 3, 21.
21. It's a smell that you've not really smelt, but it doesn't smell very nice. It smells unpleasant. Whether it's poisonous, it doesn't smell botanically poisonous.
Okay, yeah.
But you're not really sure what it could be.
What is this smell? Is it poisonous? Have you guys smelled this before?
You start to see some of the guards just panicking a little bit, a bit of movement. Some of them kind of going towards the entrance, some of them are shuffling about. The two that were near you back away a little bit with their spears up in the air. What is this? We will kill you all.
Just these are human guards. They cannot see.
Have we been betrayed, Badua? What's going on? What is this?
You're an alchemist. What is that smell?
Do I know? Do you want me to roll?
If you make... Yeah, give me a perception.
Ooh, it's a good one.
It's carbon monoxide poisoning.
Could well be.
We roll much better with
It's
everyone.
20, not natural.
It's a gas. It's
Do I?
unpleasant gas that's rushing into this environment. And
Toxic?
it alarms you highly.
I believe this might be toxic gas. We could be put to sleep, or it could kill us.
Get everybody out of here. Everybody out of here.
If I look above, what can I actually see that's covering?
There, you can see a blackness. There is something over the top of it,
Okay.
which entirely obfuscates your view of the sky or anything else. There's a seal. You can't visually see any gas or anything that's coming out.
Yeah.
But you can see where gas could be coming from. There is something that's there that's got this noise that's coming out of it. Get it! Everyone out of here! Everyone run! And you hear a lot of panic from the guys. Oh! Run! Get back! And you just start to hear everyone coming, and they're all shuffling around. You can see your dark vision just stumbling, falling.
Yeah.
Some people start screaming. The children are starting to panic inside, and you hear Melly. Oh, calm down! It's all right. It's all right.
Zolan, in the panic, I'd like to try and unlock Gore Elizabeth. Zolan, if you can use your lockpick,
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Okay.
we'll scurry on over.
Yeah.
Oh,
Please
yeah.
So
make your
Please make
Dexterity,
make
yeah?
whatever
yeah,
you're gonna
dexterity
make.
roll with your lockpick proficiency tool.
I get double proficiency, 16.
16.
Yeah.
Okay. It is a very tough lock.
Ooh.
16 nearly gets you there. It's high enough that you could have another go in a little while. You don't feel
Yeah.
like you couldn't totally get it, but right now you can't get it with everything going on around you. And she's pulling at it. You can feel her tugging
Yeah.
at it. Anyone want to do anything?
I was just going to cast some druidcraft and cast a 5-foot cube of wind to blow this out of our faces.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Just
Yep.
so we've got some non-toxic air.
Clean air. Sure. Yeah.
Just while we-
So you feel this wind just take.
Yeah.
Just is that a cantrip? Yeah. Feel this wind just take off around you. A few of the. Just checking who's got. I think they all have dark vision. Yeah. So they can all see around you. None of them look too disorientated. And this wind takes takes the clean air in your immediate vicinity. At this point, you can see Badua talk to Gorik. We need to get everybody out of here. Help me. And they look at each other, kind of knowingly.
You better not sacrifice yourself.
Gorik runs back into the shell, basically, hurriedly. Melly, get the children out of here! Melly runs with all of these children. You can see there's panic in their eyes. You can see some of them are crying. They're running past you. The guards are now all exiting. They're paying no attention to you guys right now. They're all
Including the one that
escaping.
that shackled up.
That's right. Even those are backed off. They're all there's them stumbling. There's some crawling on the floor. They're all piling over each other as well. There's a bit of a crush and a stampede going on.
I'm struggling with this lock, guys. Does anybody have anything? Go Elizabeth?
Try my knife, I guess.
this?
I can pull out a vial of acid and start to try and melt through the chain.
Yeah, we've done this before.
Yeah, I will try. Yeah, I guess I don't need to roll, do I? Technically, I'm sure. Would you like me to roll?
If
something?
you use your vial of acid, it melts. Just remind me how it works.
I believe it. I've read somewhere that it would do. Where was it? That it would actually do all damage to inanimate objects. I had a roll to hit, but if I was using it on an inanimate object, it would take 6 damage.
Okay,
Providing
fine.
if you had HP for a door or something.
Got it.
Like that,
We'll
would.
make your attack roll because that, in effect, we're going to use as how effective you are.
How's a practice?
Yeah, it'd be 9.
It's just too high for you. You're trying to
Oh,
reach
no.
up, and you're kind of shaking your hand as you're so nervous. And you reach in this vial up, and you're trying to splash it on it, but it's only part, drips again
Yeah.
on it rather than the full effect. Goric returns from the shell that you emerged from. He's holding this item. It looks like this so it's relatively small, crystalline red stone of some sort. He puts it in Badua's hand. They both kind of simultaneously close their eyes, press their hands against this stone. This enormous red light blasts past all of you. Doesn't hurt you, doesn't in any way, and this aura just fills this entire room. Looks like a barrier. You can notably make out the movement of this gas, which seems to have been removed from your immediate vicinity. The gas now seems to be building up in the top above this barrier. You can see they're both holding it with incredible, it seems to be causing them pain and anguish as they're holding this and really struggling with everything they have to hold this power that seems to be emanating around them. Everybody else, get out! Get out! Melly takes off with the children. She can only grab like 1 or 2 of them by the hands, but she keeps having to slow down and stop because the children haven't got good vision in here, and they're all panicking, crying. Some of them are turned and facing the wrong way.
Can I have a go at this lock?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Cool. Clara will pull out his knife. It's still quite dark in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll hold it aloft. Call forth the darkness. Darkness, help me again. A blade emanates from the knife, and he strikes the lock.
Please do.
Oh gosh, I think it's psychic damage. How do you psychic damage to a lock? Either way,
It's very sharp. So.
I can just do an attack roll on this, baby. Yeah. Boop. Not a lot. It's a 13 to... Oh, hang on. Is it? Hang on. This music's making me real nervous.
It's a motorbike.
Yeah, it's +5. So it's 14 to hit.
14 to hit. So you're going to hit it.
It's an inanimate lock.
Yeah, it's going to get resistance to psychic damage, most definitely, because it doesn't have a brain.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But it looks cool. It's basically like a black flaming sword.
Yeah.
That is an 8. 5 plus 7. So it is 12 damage.
12 damage.
Yeah. And resistance halves that?
Yeah, it's going to half it. So you manage to take. You can certainly see links swelling and almost cracking and popping. It hasn't quite buckled.
Thorinir, I need your help.
Alright.
She's pulling at it at exactly the same time with everything she's got.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bash it with the short sword.
Okay.
I don't have a short sword.
You do. You have a rusty
scimitar.
I have
one.
a rust. Oh no, that went.
You got a scimitar,
Yeah,
haven't you?
with my scimitar hilt.
Okay.
Simmer guitar.
Simigatani.
Half sword, half guitar.
That's freaking
And I
brilliant.
rolled a non-natural 20 for that bash.
Okay. That's going to hit. Yeah.
Is 4. 4 damage to the lock.
Is it plus strength as well? Like you have an
I
extra.
don't have any strength.
Okay.
Which was a foolish way to.
Okay. The shackles look like they go, so you kind of crush them almost to the point where they come off entirely, and she just gives it that last tug with her might, breaks free of it. Thank you. Get the children out of here.
Cool. Let's do it. Let's grab the
You
children.
can see they're
Yeah.
struggling. She breaks off her pendant. Find my mother. Gives it to you, Thorinir.
What does this pendant look like? Is it a picture of her mother? A map to where she lives?
It's like one of those ones you get from a claw machine, you know. But it's like a plastic pink pendant, like a Polly Pocket pendant.
So it looks like the closest thing I can describe it to is what would look like maybe a boar tusk on like a string, which she snapped off. She passed it to you. Find her. Alice Oscar.
Elizabeth, you're coming with us. This is not the end.
She turns around and she too puts her hand on this, whatever it is, this stone
Yeah.
that both Goric and Badua are holding. As she does, her hand pulls back. She tries again, clearly burning her or hurting her in some regard. And she runs towards one of the guards in the side. She just takes a swipe at him. He's totally blindsided. Just attacks him. I'm not going to roll because there's still many. There's many of these guards. She's blindly fighting with some of them in the side.
Do it.
Initiative would be.
What was her mother called? Sorry.
Alice of Osgard, she said.
Alice of Osgard. Get that one.
Remember that one. Okay, cool. So we
I
go.
take it she's just not in the conch somewhere.
Yeah. yeah. Hello. I
Get
guess.
my mother out of here.
yeah.
That was what I was reading into.
Let's
that.
grab the kids, shall we?
So Melly is kind of, you can see the panic in her face. She's got two of these children by the hand. She's trying to pull them out, but it's so slow going because all these children, you can imagine rallying 10 blind children.
Is Jingo there?
Jingo is around as well. Yes, he emerges from the shell. Looks out. Oh my god! Oh my!
Jingo, you worthless fool! Get your scimitar! Come on!
Take the children! Take the children, Jingo! And he looks towards his sister, and he grabs one of the children's hand, and he just starts to run them towards the door. There's about 4 or 5 of them that just look unaccounted for, as it were.
Cool. So I would like to stand. I'd like Clara to stand in the middle of the conch, look around them, and just make sure no one else is left in there.
In terms of the children or the guards?
Children.
The children. So, you look in the conch, you can see that there is totally devoid of children. Within it, there are 4 children that aren't accounted for that are outside of it.
Okay, cool.
Melly's doing her best with Jingo, and Aaron too. He seemingly reluctantly, but knowing his duty almost, picks one up himself and tries to just guide them towards the exit.
And one last thing, the room to the right. I can't quickly see that other scroll in there, can I?
You make a quick investigation roll.
Just disappear in. It is 16 plus 5, 21.
21. You have a quick look around that room.
Yeah.
It's not in there.
Yeah, and he just shucks.
Yeah.
And heads on out. So yeah, let you guys know. It's just everyone's gone inside the conch. It's just the children out here. We need to get them to safety.
Okay. At this point, they're kind of screaming, panicking. The guards have started to clear the bottleneck. There's actually a way to the door. Melly's made it to the door with 2 of the children. Come on, come on! Yeah. At that point, Badua turns around and looks right at you, Thorinir. He looks at you with his hand. With his other hand, you see the pain in him as he's holding onto this thing. A second one of his hands clutches onto the stone as well, as the shield still emanating, glowing brighter around the room. One of his other hands he holds out to you, only a few feet away from you, reaches directly at your face and shoots out something that emanates and strikes you on the forehead. You feel it hit you. It doesn't hurt you in any way, but you feel this, other than this, not quite, almost a burning sensation, like but not burning in a fiery or stingy way. It's like
desire.
Yeah, like somebody's pressed something into your skull or something like that.
Nice. Why would he do this?
He just did that.
I'm trying to help.
He did that to you.
I know I took the rusty sword.
Heed. He's really struggling. Heed the red eyes. Heed the red eyes. And get out of here. And the 3 of them are just doing everything they can. You can see, get out of here.
Let's go.
Run him.
Yeah. So any kids, we're just going to grab them, right?
Okay. Yeah. There's 4 children.
I can grab 2 and leg it.
You can easily, so you can grab 1 easily without.
Is Olin one of the children?
you and Thorinir can each grab 1 quite happily. Actually, physically pick them up and still move at your regular speed.
Grab each other's hands.
Okay. And then the other 2, you're just
We'll
asking to
link them
hold
together.
hands and link them together as best as you can.
Zolan,
Okay.
bring up the rear. Make sure they don't get separated.
We can't hold it.
Yeah. Hint taken.
We're off.
We're gone?
You're all trying to escape.
We're gone.
Run out of that room as you can.
Come on, kiddies.
I want a chain reaction explosion just
Yeah.
as we
Cool,
leave the
guys,
cave.
look at
Yeah.
explosion. Oh. That's no good. Is it all falling in behind us? We don't know because we're not looking.
Yeah. Too busy running.
This is stressful music.
I thought we was going to get hoovered up for one moment. Oh no!
We'll take a break.
Oh, not allowed.
Oh. Mental. Clickety clack.
Back in 5.
I need a Valium.
In recent news, Badu is probably dead.
No. He's too sage for that.
Yeah, he is way sage.
Your eyes all open.
Are any of them red?
Can you give me your Constitution saving throws, please?
So yes, sir.
That's too many papers
It'll
away.
do 12.
21. I've worked with chemicals.
3.
Lots.
The whole range.
Okay. Thornir, as you're diving in effect out of this cave with whatever children any of you can grab as you're trying to desperately to save them, your silence falls. There's an explosion so loud that all your eardrums feel burst. You can hear
that's
nothing.
really bad.
You can hear nothing currently.
Awful.
Everything almost forms in slow motion. The shield dissipated behind you, and you felt this intense heat as you were leaping out of the cave. You take 12 fire damage.
Do my kids take that as well?
The two of you take 6 for your save.
Explosive.
You look to your right as you're lying on the ground. You see a number of people still running. You can see bodies. You can make out that kind of muffled sounds, muffled screams. You look to your right and you see right next to where you open your eyes the boy Edward that's just lying there, his eyes closed on the ground, blood emanating from his face.
Still breathing?
You can make a medicine roll as you crawl over in the dark.
Crawl over to him.
It's
put
very
a
dusty, all this
hand on
dust
his
and
chest.
Wait, is the blood giving him red eyes?
it's not rolling into his eyes.
6. You went 19, 3.
You think he's dead.
Okay.
There's dust just around you. You're coughing from it. You're all breathless, winded, and the silence is around you.
Can I see my compadres on the floor?
You look to your side. You notice them there, both alive, but in a similar state to yourself.
This isn't the first building I've been fired out of.
You're only slightly less taller than you usually are.
Only slightly less. What's the soles of my shoes?
Oh, yeah, this is a mess.
What?
Clary's going to point at the boy and try and see if someone can help him. And he's going to run his finger around his throat.
Dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
What?
Dead.
Can we see anybody else in our...
Well, just as you look up, a hand comes down to you, Zolan. And as you look back up in the dust, just for a moment, you get enough of a vantage point to see it's Aaron, the elf who's blackened face from the dirt or the stone that's hit him. He's cut, bruised, and his clothes are ripped across his chest. And he just offers you his hand. You can see him mouthing something. You're not sure if he's talking or if it's just your ears not adjusted to the sounds yet.
Is there anybody else? Where's everybody else?
He just kind of falls to his knees at that point. Just entirely just drops.
I'll try and catch him before he hits the deck.
It looks controlled. He
Okay.
drops in anguish, falls to his knees, his head's in his hands.
I think Badua and Gorica, I think they're dead.
You can sort of make out Zolan's voice. It's just like muffled, like a flashbang's just gone off.
Yeah,
you know, that
Clary's
ringing in all of
lying
your
on his
ears.
back. You know, he's seen that this boy's not very well, and he's just kind of given up a little bit. I guess they're really tired, and this is just the last straw.
They stayed behind, and when the explosion went off, they were right there. I don't think anybody could survive that.
You notice for the first time, as the feet you can hear as your ears just start to regain to their normal behaviours. You can make out some crying, you can make out screaming from children, from men, from everyone that's around. There's no guards immediately by you. It seems people are still running, people panicking. You look down, you see some other bodies on the floor of some of the guards.
What did Benji and what was he called? Derek? Not Derek. Benji. What did they do?
You can see Aaron is he's not even hearing you. You know, you're right next to him.
I'll shake him.
He just kind of he pushes you off, and what was a very calm, controlled demeanour previously, he's broken.
I will put my arm around him then, and just ask if we were betrayed. Well, was we betrayed?
Callus, Benji, Callus. Go to Callus and kill those bastards. As you look back around, you realise how far you've been blown. Blown probably 100 feet straight down this tunnel. The cave behind you is totally collapsed back. You haven't got any view behind you, just this totally collapsed tunnel. In fact, probably by only about 10 feet or 10-15 feet did you totally avoid this cave in. But Thorinir is the one furthest back, and you can see that he's kind of back. His feet, leg seem to have been hit pretty hard by a part of the cavern.
Am I stuck?
You can kind of free yourself, but you've got a unbelievably painful leg. You've lost the feeling in it.
No.
It's clearly you're in a lot of pain there.
Ah!
Can we hear him?
Thorinir's screams, actually, whilst you can make them out, they blend into a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Guards, children, all making similar sounds. Not the same, but similar.
I'll roll over and crawl over to Thorinir. Thorinir, do you want me to put you out of your misery? Are you okay?
I'm not that miserable.
Okay.
Never that miserable. My legs don't work.
They're
This could be a problem.
They're buried, Thorinir. We just get to dig them out. I'll start digging out Thorinir.
Okay, yeah.
There's nothing else to do, it's kind of a big haze of noise and sorrowfulness.
Sorrow.
So pretty easily you can remove Thorinir from the debris. He manages to free his leg. He's bleeding heavily, but the feeling starts to return in it. It was crushed, and you took a decent amount of damage from it.
I overreacted.
Thorinir, there is a number of people in this cave that need our help.
That is true. Is there some immediate medical
Melly's
needs?
already up trying to help children. She's a few of them are sitting up, and she's just kind of got her arms around them, hugging them. She's trying to grab Aaron's attention, but he's just lost in his own thoughts. There are bodies around.
Any sign of Gore Elizabeth in this group?
You can make a perception roll.
We made quite a big effort to try and dig her out. It is 15.
15. You strain to see through the dust, which is all settling in the darkness, through all the bodies. It's very hot. You can still feel the heat that's behind you almost. You can still sense the intensity of that blast. You cannot make out Elizabeth.
Okay. I think Elizabeth's gone, buried.
Buried?
Fucking.
What Zolan said.
Exploded.
Yeah.
I think so.
We need to get out of here.
Especially
if
could
there's
collapse. Yeah.
Guards on the other end of this tunnel.
We've got nowhere else to go though.
Yeah.
We can maybe escape in the confusion.
Or better that they see us than some children trying to exit. You feel well enough to move on?
Is there anybody that we know from Weirdwit that looks like they might be in desperate need of medical attention? Not like dead or a little bit of a sprained leg, like.
The only, other than all the children, you've obviously got Melly, who's up and about. You've got Aaron,
Yeah.
who's up and about. They're the two that stand out, and then you've also got the Edward, the boy on the ground, who looks. He's clearly the one that stands out. That's lying there, apparently dead.
Yeah.
Could someone just give Edward another check? I didn't try my healer's kit last
I was
time.
going to
If
say,
anyone
go
can
in with a healer's
have a look
kit,
at him
yeah.
and see if there's anything we can do, even the faintest of breath.
Well, I'll bring a healer's kit. Do you want to make a medicine roll?
So your healer's kit, you're welcome to make a medicine roll. Yeah.
I don't know if I
Does that give him
need
advantage?
to- Advantage?
Just make a roll for now.
Advantage? Where is my medicine? 13.
13. There's enough blood coming from his skull, and you
Okay.
can tell from the way that he's lying and the stillness of his body that he's dead.
As you feared,
This is no
He's
Skyrim situation.
he's dead.
Yeah. That's bad. That's bad. Don't think we could have done anything to stop that.
I think we've got to get out of here.
Crack on. I guess that's the only thing.
Back down the tunnel.
Yeah.
It's Jingo. Have you seen Jingo?
Yeah, is Jingo in this crowd?
Make a perception roll.
That little son of a gun. Smack him at one.
Okay.
16.
You
16. You scan the area looking for Jingo, and you're pretty sure that you can't make him out amongst the bodies. And then just as you're kind of giving up scanning for him, you see him stood as part of a group, just as discombobulated as everybody else, just looking lost and hopeless, just gathering his thoughts, his arm against the side of this curved tunnel that you're in at the moment.
Okay.
There's no breeze anymore. It's starting to get very stuffy and hot in there.
So I think I'll pull out my blanket and wrap up Edward,
Mhm.
and I'll start carrying him out. When I walk past Jingo, can I grab him and drag him along with me? Because he's a complete coward.
Yeah, he kind of goes with you. Oh, it's in a daze. You know, you yourself are in a daze. Everyone's in a daze. It's just some people are screaming, but some people are just kind of shutting down to it all.
Claire's got that reaction, where it's kind of almost like a soldier's reaction, where you just do what you can do at the time to just not feel anything. You're just cracking on.
Just gonna walk off. Follow. Very downtrodden.
Yeah.
We've got to leave.
Just starting to walk. Melly just calls up to you. Help us.
Melly, there's not a whole lot we can do.
I was talking to them. We've got to leave.
Okay, sure, yeah.
It wasn't just us. We've got to leave them.
Yeah. In a
I'm not
cave.
Nollis.
And they start to come. There's tears rolling down their faces, and some of them are bloodied. Most of the children, the only child you notice that has clearly succumbed to the blast was Edward.
Cool.
You seem to have saved what you can work out as the rest of them.
Melly, we'll take him outside. We'll bury him properly.
She herself, you can see she's trying to keep it together, but she's struggling, her lips quivering. Aaron kind of gets up and stands and just follows. We've got to kill the merchants.
Aaron, we'll discuss this outside. You're
That was
probably
their-
not of full thought at the
It's
moment.
their family. That's their home.
The merchants.
Children.
There are other places we've been around. We'll find
Since the
somewhere to.
elves did this.
I have no doubt. They were going to bring a trade delegation to Broga and potentially ruin that town as well. So we're aware.
As you start to walk, there's this density of guards. Pushing past them would be very tricky and very. There's tens and tens of these guards there, And
This is a wall of guards we've come up to?
yeah, I mean, they're not stopped waiting for you. They're soldiers all trying to escape and get out of here. They all seem as panicked as the children, and there's some of them. You see them, a few lying dead on the floor, or injured and hurt. Others are crying themselves. Others are getting out and trying to lead people away. As you start to walk away, one of them just puts his hand on your shoulder firmly, just grabs it.
Cool.
You're coming with us.
Claire is holding a dead child in 2 hands.
Yeah.
So she's just going to stare him down. I'd like to intimidate him.
Okay, make an intimidation roll.
Can he see you?
It's not amazing. It's just a 9.
It's a very valid point. There's 1 or 2 guards that have just got some form of lantern that are there.
Yeah.
But it's so dark in there. It's really, really dim. They're squinting. It's not well lit. But one of them just managed to make out your party.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was your number?
A 9.
9. Yeah. You're coming with us. Make sure they don't get away this time. And a couple of them look round to that, and you see them just a sense of duty return to 1 or 2 of them, and a few of them just start to kind of cluster around you. There's so many of them here.
I'm gonna knock the lantern out of his hand. Can't you see we're not the villains here?
Get out of here first. You're not getting away with this.
We need to get out of the tunnel.
At least let us bury the dead.
They're walking with you as well. They're all going the same way, but they figure there's no way you can go. You can go at this point.
Sure.
Yeah, we got a lot of dead as well. There's coughing from the dust. There's panic.
So walk with them.
All walking you out, but there's a group of them that have you kind of almost as controlled as they feel they can do.
If we were to roll initiative, I don't think we'd ever get a turn. It's not going to happen. Yeah, we'll get out of this tunnel.
Okay. So they lead you all the way back out of the tunnel. I mean, you're all exhausted. You're all absolutely exhausted by this point. Can I get another Constitution roll from your...
9.
16.
10.
10. Zolan, you take 1 point of exhaustion.
So, yes, sir.
You two are on the brink. You are utterly exhausted. It's a long walk. You're already pushing on. You walked right through. You're pushing through the pain wall, as it were. Dead on your feet, carrying this child, which he's weighing you down. He's very heavy. You start to lose the feeling in your arms. Melly's with you. Aaron's with you. Aaron is really he's just single-minded. He's focused on revenge, in effect. And Melly is just trying her best to deal with the children and keep up a brave face. She escorts you out of the tunnel. After what feels like an eternity, 7-8 miles, you're making worse time than you would previously as well, because there's such a clogged up bottleneck in there. Different people walking at different paces. And after many, many, many hours, what feels like a lifetime, you finally reach the end again. You can see the light of the moon just entering the tunnel as some of the soldiers have already made it outside, and you all reach the point where you are able to ascend back out into the cool air. This cool air kind of rushes in as the flap opens, and you realise how sweaty and dirty and tired you all are, and it's quite refreshing as it hits you, but you're all kind of numb to this nice sensation as you return back outside. There's enough of them that still have spears. They don't all have them. Some of their armour's been dislodged. Some of them don't have their shield. Some don't have any weaponry at all. But there's still a number of them, a group of at least, you'd estimate, that stood around you as you enter up there. There's maybe 25 of them, something of that nature, which are all kind of stood around, paying you varied amounts of attention. There's a small group of them, maybe 8-9 of them, that kind of right around you with you under guard, and the rest of them There's people still panicking, hyperventilating. Some people are just trying to reassure their friends. Just a horrible scene.
Do we see the people I can't remember the name of that we met on the entrance?
You can make a perception roll.
It's not going to be good. Nine.
You do not.
They were a part of Benji's crew, were they not?
Yeah.
Were they? Maybe they're
Yeah.
also in this.
This is my fault. Take me. It's not these guys.
Jingo?
Yeah.
Hmm.
The orc's dead. I'm the one you want. I killed the Brock. And a few people kind of gasp.
Beat up Gilbert.
Jingo. What'd you do that for? I'll take all the blame. Let these people go. It's not their fault. We can't let these people go. You're all in it together. You're going to echo over this.
Claro would like to go to the side. He's not going to go. He's not going to clearly do a runner, but he's going to go to the side and start digging with his knife to bury the boy. I would say he's proficient at preparing bodies.
You're embalming him.
No, he's just when he lays him down.
Mollifying.
When he lays him down, it's going to take a bit of a while. I don't know what the ground is like to dig with a knife. I don't know if any of you want to help.
Yeah, it's dusty and dirty.
Yeah, when he finally lays the body down, he's going to put some good breeze on the eyes and make sure he's wrapped up tight in the blanket and just sort of lay him to rest while he buries him.
They leave you relatively undisturbed while you're doing that. Whilst you're doing it, other guards just start searching you two, unless you resist in any fashion.
Not at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be looking in their eyes.
They're trying to remove all of your weaponry. And one of them shouts, "Take his bag!" They take that, unless you stop them.
I'm going to attempt to resist, but
You can, if you want to.
oh well. I feel there will
Yeah.
be no avail here. They're going to take this bag at some point, but it's my handbag. Got to fight go Elizabeth for this
So
bag.
make you an athletics roll to hold on to it.
9.
9. Yeah, you try and resist. One of them just tries to take it, and then the second one comes in, just snatches it off of you. Between them, they manage to do it.
Be careful with that bag.
And they
If I find that damaged.
just looking at you the whole time. It's just malice in their eyes. They hate you. You can see how much they hate you.
Right.
Right?
I hate them as well.
No,
I
you,
will remember when he says, "You're all in it together, and all the callous guard, and we're poking you with knives. You're all in this together, and the next one, and the next one, you'll join in, and the next one."
they search you as well, Thorin, and try and remove your weaponry.
They don't find anything.
Where is it? Where'd you hide that?
I'm just assuming.
Unless
Is that like a
I mean,
sleight
they-
of hand? Like you're just moving weapons around your body?
they remove your packs and all of your just all of your possessions that aren't clothing, basically. And once you finish with the body, they do the same to you, Clary.
Including my scrolls.
They try and take everything off of you that isn't clothing.
I'd like to try and hide the new scroll within my clothes.
Okay. So give me a sleight of hand check, please.
It's a 10.
It's good enough. Yeah, you managed to hide it down there. They pat you down all over. They feel for.
Yeah.
They're looking for weapons, really.
Yeah. But they take the rest, right?
Take everything but. Yes.
That's my spell focus, so that sucks. Okay, cool. Although I do have that scroll. That's cool. Let's hope it's drop nuke on Callus.
Well, They do the same to Aaron. They do the same to Melly. Aaron certainly resists, and it takes 4 or 5 of them to eventually pin him down. You know, he's furious. He's not going easily.
Yeah.
Melly gives in, and just about, and the children obviously have nothing to resist with. Set up camp here. Head back in the morning.
Cool. Claire's just going to sit by the little mound that the boy is buried under, and probably sleep next to it, and just make sure that nothing disturbs it in the night.
Yeah. They they're all trying to tend to one another's wounds. There's a lot of people dressing the bandages and whatever. There's not a huge supply of medicine here, but they're just making do with ripping off parts of clothing and things like that to tie off wounds and just improvising.
In the night, I guess we're long resting. They're setting up camp, right?
Yeah, they're starting to set up camp. At all times, they're keeping multiple people on you. So you look at, there's at least at no one point do they ever have fewer than about 5 that are staring at you.
So I couldn't study the scroll being rolled over on the ground.
I mean, you could attempt to.
It's a very risky move.
Maybe the only piece of weaponry we have. Yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
Could lose it though.
So you'll need an hour where you're kind of free. They're including you in the setting up of camp. Basically, they're basically using you as slaves, for want of a better word, right now, and kind of just ordering you, being rough and abrupt about it, and demanding you set up camp. One of them's kind of set up a fire, breaking off some of the bracken, so they've managed to start a fire. And they do have some basic supplies with them. Looks like they're making some kind of soup, in effect, or some kind of stew or broth. They've got some pots and pans that they're able to use over this makeshift fire. You don't get offered a great deal.
I'm going to just whisper to the ears of these guys and hopefully not the guards. I'm going to check actually first that the guards aren't going to hear me.
I'll make a perception roll. Insight roll.
So, it's pretty good. It's 20 non-natural.
20 not natural.
Mm-hmm.
You think you can wait for a suitable moment to find that out.
I'm just going to say we can wait this out. No rash decisions here. We've got all night with these. They're going to sleep soon.
I think the words of Badua are stuck with me.
Do nothing? No one to do nothing?
Sage leadership virtue, no one to do nothing.
Learning!
We've got innocent people here. We can't just cause a firefight right now.
25 guards, that's not. And even if
20 of those will sleep soon.
Even if I could leave, we'd be leaving innocents. Okay. I'd like to try and read that scroll.
Okay. Fine. So at the night they do allow you all to rest. They don't offer you anything in the way of the camp. That's all for them.
Fine.
They don't. It's pretty tight in all the tents where they didn't look like they have enough. Whether things got lost in there, doesn't look like they have enough to make a proper camp for everybody. And it looks like they split the guarding on shift, so that again at any one stage there's at least probably 6 guards that are watching you at any one time, minimum.
Is that a long rest then, we can assume?
They are. It's the middle of the night right now, and they are allowing everyone to long rest. You recover from your exhaustion at that point, and you are able to long rest.
Get all your health points back as well.
Needed that.
I'll need them.
I'll get my spell slots back, but I have my spells.
I'm happy for you to use an hour of your rest to study the scroll.
Yeah.
If you can give me your sleight of hand, though, to see to what extent you're able to hide that as you attempt to do it.
6.
6.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a letter. A letter I keep close with me. In fact, it's a letter from my mother. I barely knew her.
Make a deception roll.
When I need the good rolls. Deception.
Yeah.
It's an 8.
Can't help you now, can she?
No, but I miss her. If I'm going to be in chains, then I'd like to keep.
Are we in chains?
Yes,
No.
they've shackled you up. I should have said that. Yeah, they've shackled you up.
If we're going to be in chains, then I'd like something to pass me over until you probably murder us.
I'm not going to murder you. Just to cruise my though.
Yeah. Taking us to Equa.
I reckon.
Not a fan of Equa.
They're normally not very kind to magic users. And you see, your magic users that also ran away, wasted them a trip down, and then Captain Vilnos took the blame.
What's your name?
What's it to you?
I just wonder if you saw us fighting in the town of Callus. Fighting the creature that was attacking your people, your innocents. The creature we saved you from.
You killed half our army.
Half? I don't think we killed half your army.
That dragon did.
Well, that wasn't our dragon.
Yeah.
The dragon that you saw above.
Killed
Earlier.
half our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're not with us.
You weird magic users.
Yeah.
You're all the same. You're gonna burn in Equa.
You are narrow-minded. You need to learn some sage, some wisdom, and some
Just
leadership.
comes and jabs you with his.
I dodge him,
He attempts to jab you.
but I do it with like a fast sitting motion, so I should get advantage because I've been practicing. What is my
It's higher than what I rolled.
modifier?
That's
It's 11 without modifiers.
Yeah. He hopelessly jabs blindly at you, nowhere near you. He managed to drops his pole as he attempts to do it. Picks up again. Yeah. Good luck in Equa.
God, are you afraid?
What?
There are things in this world that we have discovered that you should be greatly afraid of. Callous walls will not defend you forever from the things that are going to come upon this land. Do you know of Void? The gods?
Shut up.
No, Void
Shut
is
up!
coming.
People trying to sleep intensely, right? Shut up!
Have you drank the water in Callus?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know something's not right.
away from him. He's using his magic on you.
I'm using truth on you.
Don't talk to me.
Fine. He turns away and continues with his scroll.
Sure. No one else interrupts you.
Okay.
So you spend the first hour studying the scroll, and the rest of the night passes without incident. Everyone is, you guys probably fall asleep pretty quickly, I would think.
Can I get a recount of innocence, just so I know?
Of innocence.
Yeah. As in the people that aren't us.
Sure.
From way bit.
Yeah, you've got, from what you can make out, 7 or 8 children. Melly, Aaron, and Jingo.
It's not many, is it? Made out.
Just putting it out there. Is that what you're saying?
10 survived.
So you all sleep. You all sleep, and you awake in the morning to a guard just kicking you in the side, Solon. Just booting you right in the stomach.
Oh,
Get up!
I will get to my knees.
Another one. Kind of just...
I'll take that.
Yeah, another one. Wake up! To you.
I'm already awake.
Sure, yeah, you're sat there.
I've sat there for the last 4 hours.
Yeah. Freak. Another one. Over to you, Claro. And there's others waking up Jingo and Aaron and everybody else.
Kick Melly. Somebody kick her.
You didn't. It didn't seem.
Is that what
it
you're
didn't seem
No,
something.
I don't want to kick her. I'm seeing about somebody's kicked Melly.
You wake up to Gilbert right in your face.
Hi,
I
Gilbert.
knew this would come back to bite us in the bottom.
It's not the well, it's not the first time I've looked you in the face. Except last time, you were down here.
He spits right in your face.
Yeah, he just takes it, Constitution. You were down here, and I was up there.
Turns away.
Gilbert,
Everyone up!
remember,
Gilbert running the show.
we left you. We didn't kill you.
They all start to just gather you around. They gather the camp up, and they start to herd you off north as best as they can towards Callus. So you can sense that they're not entirely sure exactly where they're going. They're trying to roughly work it out from the position of the sun in the sky, and they're trying to work out which way it is to Callus. You approximate they're roughly somewhere near the right direction.
Cool. Clara sings a little song. Oh, Broga is far away. Cook me a lovely breakfast today. Gamble eggs, gamble eggs. Little song.
When did you create that one?
Nice.
It's still told me to.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I maybe he heard Munty sing it while he was like washing up dishes in the back of the pub.
Oh, Monty.
Oh, Munty. We thought things were okay when we were with Munty.
They walk you up. They're generally obnoxious, rude, very dismissive. You can sense this overwhelming just hatred of all of you. It's not centered at one of you in particular. It's aimed at Jingo, Melly, even Aaron, and you're all being led up to the town.
That's a collective. They all hate us. It's pretty evident that they all.
Nobody is being nice to you. You are escaped convicts in their eyes, and
I spit on my face.
It's unclear. Jingo confessed to murdering the Brock. It's unclear to them to what extent you were involved in the explosion and the ambush, as some of them are kind of talking about, as you just hear them all chatting to one another, talking about friends that died and who made it and who didn't make it, and all this kind of stuff on the walk. There's a lot of conversation. None of it is positive about yourselves.
Gamble eggs.
Gamble eggs for breakfast.
Yeah.
Gamble eggs for dinner. I'm writing my own song.
Yeah. Gamble eggs for virtue.
Again, just
Gamble
trying to
eggs for
jab
sinners.
anytime.
I'm going to dodge everything. Roll for dodging. What I'm going to be doing while we're walking is keeping an eye out for who I think has the keys to these shackles.
Okay, sure. Yes, if you want to make just a perception roll. Or investigation. Investigation roll.
Oh,
You're gonna kiss him and turn him into a frog.
perception would be nicer.
Yeah.
What about investigation for now and then perception for the future?
Yeah, if you keep an eye out
Yeah,
if
'cause
anyone's
that's my
half,
plan. I'll look now, but I'm going to keep my eye out,
yeah,
which is
fine.
just general.
Give me investigation to see if you worked out who's got it.
It's natural 20.
Oh!
Yeah.
How many
And let's
seconds
see
did
how
you
much
have?
work. Yeah. No, so you make the investigation roll. You're pretty confident you know who it was that shackled you. It's a particular guy that's got his entire left sleeve blown off of his arm from the blast.
Again, I'm going to burn him into my retinas
Sure.
and
Yeah.
just make sure I don't forget that
Yeah.
man.
You can't see a lot of his face. You're behind him. That's the only outstanding feature that you can make out of him.
He will take a lot of my attention over this journey.
Sure. Yeah. Just keep an eye on them. They're not in a rank and file of any kind. It's a bit of a kind of free roaming march. They're clearly disorganised and they've lost a lot of their rank. But yeah, he stays approximately within your eye line the whole time. Yeah. And they march you for many miles across this landscape. At times you make out a few creatures, a few times you see creatures flying above you, bird-like creatures. There's a few times you make out lizards and some jackalope that are roaming this area. None of them have attacked you. Everyone hesitates. Even the guards you see hesitate each time they see a creature, and a few of them go up to it and just weigh it up before attacking it. But none of them seem to attack back. The only other thing you make out on your return back to Callus is a large lizard-like or scaled bovine creature. The same creatures that you avoided in the stampede on your approach to Weirdwit once, or your approach to Callus.
Yeah.
And this creature seems to have been dead a few days, perhaps, just lying there, and it's bloodied and insects buzzing around it. You hear one of the guards just mention it's a Wardrox. But they didn't pay much more attention than that. And eventually, they return to the track that led towards Callus. It looks like you hear them all talking, their conversation quite clearly. Oh, we missed it. It's more east. We've got to remember that, a little bit more east. And they're just trying to weigh up exactly where they went. But you know that they're only a few miles away from where they were probably trying to hit. There was no track you were following. This was harsh, deserted terrain that you were crossing.
Do we know which way it is?
Which way Callus is?
Yeah.
So when you hit this road, if you want to give me a survival, just to make your estimate of survival roll to make your estimate.
Assume we can see this little. There was like a town that was beaten up, and like the remains of a town.
That's right. 5. When you hit this track, you remember the track, but you're not entirely sure which side of it you've landed necessarily. Cool. The ruin, as it were, you don't make out from your particular location where you've landed on this track. You hit this track, they start to march you to the east. Still shackled, still in this line, people still all around you, and they march you along the Callus road, and you return to the familiar sights of the large fortress-like town of Callus.
Much quicker than I was expecting.
Of Callus. You've been marching for 20 miles or so. It's taken the good majority of the morning, taking you all the way back there. There's nothing more notable that occurred other than those few little moments.
Do the guards seem to get along, or are they all a bit horrible? Are they all friends? Are they just afraid of us? Or
quite a few of them are comforting one another. They're not. It's not to the same level as the immediate aftermath of the explosion. It's more. They seem. Many of them, like I say, have seen a return to almost their duty or their more professional state. Yeah. Some of them aren't. There's still some that are really struggling. You can hear a few of them sniffling, kind of at the back, and a few people in shock. Clearly, they've lost people that were friends to them in some way. They're not just default vile bastards.
Yeah, they're not clearly evil, right?
Some have children.
They're neutral.
Yeah.
Neutral.
You head back to the city, and once again, you arrive at Callus. Wait for time, a few more minutes. We arrive at Callus, and as you do so, excuse me one moment. As you do so, you enter the gatehouse. You approach the gatehouse, and you're greeted by a slightly surprising kind of view, in that the front gate is looks like it's been destroyed. Of Callus, looks like it's been just totally obliterated. You can't make out any soldiers anywhere.
Thornhill, Porkington
has escaped.
Perhaps.
You can't make out any soldiers. You just see this long grey city wall, these ramparts above, not manned like they once were, nobody on the front gate. Obviously, a lot of the soldiers are with you, but it's still slightly unusual. You might have expected to see some people there. You can sense people talking amongst themselves. What's happened? What's going on? You can see them all kind of alerting and starting to raise their spears. And as you approach the gates of the city, they're all flanking out, and a few of them are kind of seconded to look after your group, and then the rest of them are kind of more on alert, looking at the city gates. As you do so, one of them shows over there, and you look to the right, and you notice a large, muscular man wearing big furs, carrying what looks like a form of axe or a weapon of that nature, and he's got somebody over his shoulder.
It's
and he's running. It's quite impressive how quickly he's able to run with this person. No, away from you. He's running to the east. He's running, which is a direction you've not been past.
Sure.
Right along the riverbank, basically, as he's running in that direction. At that point, you make out another one that runs out of the gate, holding another person over their shoulder. And at this point, you see the callous guards mobilise. They pick up their spears, they raise their weaponry, and they start to run, engaging forward into the city.
Is that the guards that are with us?
With you. Not all of them. There are still some that, not going to make that mistake again, but there are still some of them that are very much on you. But for today, that is where we're going to leave.
What a sash.
The adventure!
Adventure!
Yeah.
Oh.
That was heavy.
No. Oh yes, made me feel weird though.
It's real heavy.
You feel weird.
Well done, Jack.
Thank
well
you.
Done.
Thank
well
you.
done for making us feel heavy. Hey!
Oh.
Thank you for following
That's
us.
bright.
What's
My
it say?
dear.
Give me the name. Which name?
Martin.
Idrison?
Thank you very much. I don't know if that was close to the name, but we appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you for following us. And on that bombshell.
On that bombshell. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed it. New fans and old fans alike. Thank you to my fewer players than usual. There will be 2 more returning again next week to attempt, presumably, to save you from this situation.
And thank you to you, 4th player.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for the art.
Yes.
So good.
And I think on that bombshell, we will say good night and God bless. And we will... Hang on a second. We'll say that we've been GeekDad presents DieRolling!
Hello, boys. Pink lemonade?
Mom!